our level management system and finish that up. So where we left off last week was we basically had our game here and we had a map, and we can now scroll the map, and then when you select something, it brings up a scroll. What we need to do is create something that's going to allow us to dynamically populate those and then actually load the level. So here's our map. We can select the pit, the scroll pops up, and then this information needs to be populated dynamically. Okay, and then when we hit start, we want to go ahead and start that level. So to get started with this, one of the things we need to do here, and we also have to make it so that we can actually move this piece, which I got to talk to Al about how we're going to do that. So to get started here, we're going to go ahead and create a level manager. And basically, we're going to have a function that's going to populate everything based on, or not necessarily populate everything, but we're going to, when we hit the start button, like I'm thinking about how this is going to work. And basically, when we hit the start button, it needs to know which level are you on. So basically, we're going to create a level manager that's going to have a load scene, and we can pass in a scene index. So every scene here is going to be associated with an index. So scene 1, scene 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Okay. So let's go ahead here and let's create a level manager. And then we have to also fill in all of that data. So if we look at the main menu here in the map, we have a scroll, and then within that scroll, let me go and run this again. I just finished the course and added the audio by myself. Awesome, Sud. That's awesome, dude. Here, give me 1 second, guys. Let me get the restream chat opened. Hang on. Restream here is updating. 1 second. Now you're adding particle effects. Dude, that's awesome. So also for you guys, if you're in the course, we just started our 4th game jam. So if you're in the Discord channel, check out the hashtag game jam channel and you'll be able to check it out. Hey, thanks for your best of the best new tutorials about Space Shooter. Great work. What about your new tutorial about mobile 2D game series? Awesome, dude. Make sure you join the Discord community. We have a new Game Dev HQ website coming out, hopefully in the coming weeks. So we got some new logo designs too. Maybe I'll share some of those with you guys throughout the stream. All right, guys, sorry about that. Restream here is just updating. It's almost done. Let's see. All right, so what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is basically we have the scroll. So when I select something, based on what index it is, it's going to be associated with certain data. And I need to make this very easy for Al to incorporate data into. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have a class where in the inspector, Al can basically specify the level and the level name, and then some text that he wants to display with it. All right, and then it looks like he has an image here as well, so we can go ahead and allow him to create an image. So let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, and then an associated image. All right, so we're gonna make it so that Al can create these through the inspector, and then it just populates through code. All right, so it's gonna be a really neat system. So give me 1 second here just to set up the restream chat so you guys can see what's happening from Twitch and YouTube. Give me 1 second. Hang on. Here is our restream chat. All right, 1 second. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you can. Looks like you can. All right, I'm here if you have any questions. Hey, what's up, Al? I will have questions. I'm gonna probably here if you're gonna hang around. I'm doing the level management stuff, and then I know we're gonna hop on a call after this probably to do some AI stuff because I know you got the boss system set up. Let's see. Okay, it looks like that is coming from here. All right, sweet. So one more thing I want to do. Okay. All right, so here's the way we need to get started with this, right? Is what are the things that it needs to be able to do. We need to create a system so that Al can support adding an image to be displayed. And we need to allow him to type in a headline, and then we need to allow him to type in a body of text. All right, so, and then we're gonna use our level manager basically to automatically populate those with the respected properties. So let's go ahead here and let's get started with a level manager. So we're gonna create a new script. And we should organize this into manager classes here, but for now, we're just gonna keep it in our scripts. So let's go and create a level manager script. All right, and I was thinking, you know, when we are playing a level, do we need to know what level we currently are in? So we might get into persistent data, because it might be important for our game manager, for example, to know what level we're currently on and what levels are completed. So this level manager might actually have to come into the game with us, and we'll go ahead and set that up as well. All right, so here's our level manager. We're going to create a new empty object here, and we're just going to call this level manager. All right, and it looks like I have an update from Al. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm going to save my scene here. Let me just update. Hey, what's up? I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll call you Zivanovic. How's it going, dude? All right, 86, 87%. Let that load. Z. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Almost done. So, and then we're going to go ahead and create this manager class. We created a mono singleton tool that allows us to create singleton managers with one line. And then we're going to make it so that this game object can transfer over into the actual game scene. So Unity is just going to recompile here. So, and then also, if you guys are on the Defiant Lobster Games Facebook page, Al posted photos of our boss character, and it's super just sick. It looks really good. Oh, Al, did you check out the latest logo designs? If you log into the 99 design, there is a cool Code Monkey one. Did you go check that one out? Kind of like that one. My God, what's happening here? It's so slow. Here, while that's loading, we can go ahead and check out some of these designs. Let's see. So we rebranded. Our pilot name was Indie Sharp, and Indie Sharp was supposed to be our community, right? But we ended up changing it because we just couldn't. It was a pilot that we didn't truly love. Like our community manager Ryan really liked it, but it was a placeholder till we found what we really wanted to be called. So our new our official thing that we released is actually Game Dev HQ, and it's going to be our ultimate resource community. So we've been going. Yeah, I know some of the logos are really good now. So we ran a contest to get some things for Game Dev HQ, your indie advantage. And I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the designs we've gotten. One of the ones that's really neat here is we have like this cyber monkey type deal, which looks actually really cool. Al, you see that one? So I don't know if there's any feedback you want to give him out, you can message him about like, some of the text. Like the G looks like a C over here if you want. I mean, I think it's really cool though. Maybe also, I don't know if with this monkey, I don't know what the ring is around it. If we should modify the color of that to match the controller on the orange one as well. I'm not 100% sure. But Al, feel free to provide them details. You know what I want. Here's another one. This was his old concept. Got some alien thing like beaming down. Not really what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Then we got a bunch of just like garbage, honestly. You can see some people went with the tower idea, Game Dev HQ. Just nothing super good. Some weird designs. Not sure what this thing is. This one was okay. This one came in. It's like it's a building headquarter with a little radar on top. This little Oriental dude came in. So, and then we had this little code monkey here, and then this one was cool for a while. This was like our top pick for a little bit, but we decided that we need to extend it to allow more designs to come in. And this one here, I like this one. Ryan, our community manager, did not like this one, but I thought this one was neat. Although he made a good point. You know, people are gonna think it's like a space camp. Al really likes number 139, 141, 160, and 162. So let's see, what is that? 139 is where? Let me get back. Let's see. All right, Al likes 139, which is this one here. All right, I actually don't like this one. I feel like there's just plain too much going on. He likes number 141. Okay, yeah, that's this one. This one was a good entry. I'm not big on it anymore, though. 160 and 162. All right, so 160 is this guy. It's the HQ building with a controller in it. And then 162, which is the monkey. And I agree. I think this one is, yeah, 162. Oh, you like the darker monkey versus the more yellow one? He like colored in the monkey on this one. I wasn't a big fan of that. I do like 163. I just got to pick between if we want red or blue or how we want this. I think he just needs to modify some of these colors. Al, if you can, before we start, I think Unity is about to finish here. Can you send number 163 just like feedback about the text to make it more readable on the game dev part? And then just some matching complements with the ring around it. Like on this blue one here, you see how it's blue and white, and then the bar is blue and the bands here are blue. If we can get the same thing, probably on the left. Oh, you like the alien dark fruit one? Which one is that? Oh, is that this guy? No, 144. Yeah, this one was interesting. I didn't fully understand it. Hey, what's up, Game Coder? So, yeah, this is what we're releasing. Hopefully, as soon as this is done, the site will be live. But we're just going through a design phase right now for this and rebranding everything from Game Dev John and Indie Sharp over to Game Dev HQ, which will be your indie advantage. All right, so Unity is almost done here, but I'm gonna let Al provide feedback to these guys because he's good at that. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? All right, so, but for the most part, I think we're gonna go with one of these code monkeys or that spaceman, but Ryan doesn't like that one. So, but I like the 161. Oh, okay, yeah. I agree. It's interesting. Yeah, it's like an alien beaming down. So, and then this one here, we liked at first, but this one's like competitive gaming logo, and we're not a gaming, we're not a gaming community. We're a game development community, so there's a big difference. And yeah. So I'm not sure I'm not really sure what he's beaming up or what this is, but it was a good submission. All right. So let's see here. They're so much better though compared to where it originally was. Yeah, I know. We're starting to get some really good ones now. Thank God, yeah, thank God. They were dog shit the first 3 days. Yeah, right. I know. I really like the monkey one. I just need it to be like perfect. So hopefully you can think of something that would make it amazing to tell him. Cause I just don't know. Um, let's see. All right, almost done grabbing this final update. And then we'll go ahead and finish up our level manager here. So when it comes to designing something like this, you know, it's some people might get too far ahead of themselves and think through all the features. But what we need to do first is we need to just make it functional. And what that means really is I need to be able to just create the ability for Al to use the inspector to populate new levels. That's the biggest component of this. It's so that he can take the time to customize these however he wants. And something just went off. I'm not 100% sure. Thank Nicholas for the subscribe, dude. So let's see here. Hey, what's up, Joe? So to do this, we're going to basically have a scroll class. And what's going to happen here is our level manager is going to basically populate a new scroll for every level we have. And we're going to use the inspector to populate those scrolls. So we're going to have a level manager class that's going to be responsible for displaying all of the scroll options. So it's basically going to hold a list of scrolls. All right, so let's go ahead and reload the scene here. And we should be good. Okay, so Al created a bunch of new things. I have no idea what this is. So Al, what is all this? Hold on, let's go ahead and run this. Oh, Al got main menu music. Nice. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but sweet. All right, so we'll hit start. Here's our map. All right, we can scroll through it. We select this. Okay. So Al, what are these? What are these? What are these levels? Okay, are these the individual icons? It looks like. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. All right, so these icons here. Okay, so here, we need to clean this up a bit because it looks like it's all over the place. Okay, and what's the animation on each of these? Is that animation to basically turn it from silver to gold? I think that's what that is. All right, I need to reorganize this though. So you have our main camera, our event system, our level manager in here. Let me delete that for a sec. And treasure. Okay, so this is all the map stuff. So what happened to our structure of the map and stuff? Here's our map. And then these individual levels, do they need to be at the root? Why can't they be in the map? They should be in the map. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And treasure, I'm going to put them all in the map. Let's see here. Map, content, rect. All right, let's see. Hold on. Oh, so if I press play. Oh, dude, what are these things? Oh, did I mess up the local position of these guys out? Or what's happening here? Why do you have these guys all the way out here? Like, look at my scene view. What are these map items? So it looks Oh, it looks like you duplicated everything that was already underneath the map. Did you need to do that? Like, you already have level 1, 2, 3 treasure, level 4, 5, 6, 7 on the map. So why did you create those? Wait, very different. Wait, what? Start over? What do you mean start over? I don't think we need these new levels. Like, your map already had them placed. So I don't think we need these, although they do have animators on them. Yeah, switch to go. Yeah, it looks like this is a collab issue. One sec. Let's go ahead here. I'm going to revert this. Let's go back to collaborate. No, I mean, convenience-wise, like, collab is good. It usually is good. All right, let's go ahead and restore this. I am. I'm reverting it back to your fixed small diamond commit. Okay. There we go. This looks a little bit normal. Okay, here we go. This is how it should look, I think. So let's go ahead and run this. All right, there's no background music anymore. If I go to start, there's no audio either. Oh, I have the audio muted. Never mind. Okay, this looks correct now. All right, so if I click these, though, nothing is happening. So I'm assuming you disabled something on those guys. Let me see. Did you touch their buttons? Oh, they don't even have buttons anymore. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to have to redo that part. No worries. Other than that, everything else looks okay. Got all these level icon anims. I'm not sure what those actually do or how to trigger them. Yeah. But everything looks pretty good here. My buttons are in map/map content wrap, map background. Oh, okay, no animation right now. Yeah, all right, good deal. So here's all our levels, and then we have that just fade area. All right, so let's go ahead here and let's create our level manager. So we're gonna create an empty object here. Let's call this level manager. All right, we created a level manager script. Did we not? No. All right, we're gonna create a new C# script, call it level manager. All right, we're gonna place that on our level manager. And for this, we need to think about what is the level manager responsible for? It's responsible for just loading levels, right? It's responsible for loading levels, and it's responsible for holding the data related to what that level is about. So let's go ahead here. And let's first turn this into a singleton using our mono singleton. Okay, there's an animator with completed start. YouTube says you're making too many comments. That's funny. It thinks you're a troll. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're going to do this. I'll zoom in over here. All right, so I'm going to turn this into a mono singleton. I don't need void start and update. I'm going to inherit from mono singleton, and I'm going to pass in level manager. and that's automatically going to turn this guy into a singleton design. From here, we can then use our public override void init to initialize things. And one of the things that we need to initialize here is we want this to carry over into the game world. So to do that, we're going to say don't destroy on load, and we're going to pass in this.gameObject. Okay, that's going to allow us to carry over. The next thing we need to do here is on the level manager, I want Al to be able to populate scroll data. So in order to do that, we actually need to create a class that is going to define a scroll. It's basically like a blueprint for a scroll. So to do that, we're going to create, inside our UI here, we can do this possibly. Let's see. What do we have inside here? So inside the UI, we have our menu button, play audio on awake, UI manager, scroll. I guess, I mean, it is related to the UI, but yeah, we can put it in here. So we're going to create a scroll class. All right, we're going to call it scroll. And this is going to be the definition for every scroll that we have in our game for however many levels. All right, so basically this scroll class is just going to be a blueprint. We're not going to inherit mono behavior. It's just going to define what a scroll is. So if we actually look at the scroll, what is some of the information that Al is going to need to populate? Well, if we look at this, all right, we have here inside the map. All right, so he is going to need a stage description. Well, that's for the level icon. Hold on. Here we go. All right, so for the scroll, I don't know what this update notice is. What is this? Oh, that's the update notice. Oh, okay. Okay, that's for our update system. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead here. So for the scroll, Al needs to be able to supply an image. He needs to supply a headline, and he needs to supply a body. And that's it. All right, so image, headline, and a body. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to say public string headline. All right, and then here we're going to have a public string body. And then here we're going to have an image component. So public image, and then the image he wants to use. So we're going to say using Unity Engine.ui. And we're going to say public image, and then we'll say art. All right, so these are the three things that define a scroll. I want Al to be able to populate as many scrolls as he wants through the level manager. Basically, if level 1 is completed, we should play the completed animation on level 1 and start on level 2 and follow that logic on up. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, cool. All right, so what we want to do next here is I want to be able to see this in the inspector. So because it's a class that doesn't inherit mono behavior, we need to add system.serializable. That's going to allow our level manager to actually view this class. Inside our level manager here, we're going to create a list of scrolls. So here we're going to have a public list of type scroll. And let's go ahead and call this, we'll call it scrolls. If we save this, if we look at our level manager, we can now allow Al to basically populate all of the information on the level manager. So check this out. So right now we have maybe 7 levels, I believe, right, Al? 7 levels or 8 levels with the treasure chest. So check this out. How many scrolls are we going to create? We're going to create 8. And here is each one. So he can basically now fill in the headline, the body, and assign a UI art or artwork for each one. All right, so for level 2 and so forth. Let me see here. And then I believe these headlines get adjusted. Yeah, so whatever he names the headline, so like this would be level 1. What is it, like Ghost, for instance, Ghost Town? Whatever it is. He'll then be able to, it takes the name of that as well automatically, which is great. All right, so super organized for him. All right, so we have 7 including the chest, right? You have to include the chest scroll. I think you have 8. Well, regardless, you'll be able to use this to make it yourself. But so one of the other things I just noticed here is I want to be able to apply that image. So let me find that image he's using currently. I'm not sure if we can just drag that type. It might need to be a texture type. Oh, holy prison. All right, here we go. So this is a, yeah, so this texture, all right, so this is just a sprite. So that's what this actually needs to be. So we're actually going to go back in here and we're going to adjust it from scroll to sprite or image to sprite. All right, sprite art. All right, so let's go ahead and create the first one just so Al can see how it's done. All right, we'll select our level manager. Let it compile. All right, and let's go ahead and look at the current scroll. So the level 1 holy prison. So we're going to take that. We're going to go over to our level manager here. And for headline, it's going to be level 1 holy prison. I don't know what he wants to do with capitalization there, if he does or if he wants it or not. And then for the body, we're going to go back to this. And we're just going to grab this. So here's our level manager. Our body is going to be all of this text. And then for the art, we're going to give it a sprite. So we're going to use this level 1 image. And you just drag it in. So we've defined what the scroll data is supposed to have. What we need to do now is tell the level manager, hey, when you populate the scroll for level 1, use this data. And we're basically going to be accessing these components, the image, the headline, and the body. And we're going to basically tell it to use the data from the level manager. Pretty cool, right? I'll save that name for the next world. Oh, okay. Font doesn't allow for small caps. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's see here. All right. So Al now has a way to basically create all these levels. And one of the things that we should probably do now is let's go ahead and populate it. So I need to know first off when I click the level 1 button. All right, so let's go ahead here and let's run the game here and let's see how this currently works. Thanks Litman for subscribing, dude. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this. All right, so basically what I wanna do here is when we select level 1, I need it to pop up with the scroll, and then we also need it to call into the level manager to populate what information needs to be read. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. For starters, on level 1, we're going to add a button. All right, so right now it has this level 1 and with an animator component on it. We have a start icon with some stuff, a completed icon, which just turns gold, I believe. Yeah, it should just turn it gold. And it looks like it needs to come forward, maybe. I'm not sure why that's not working out. You have to mess around with that. We have a stage number and the stage description. All right, that's all that fun stuff. So what I want to do is I want to basically map a button around this entire thing. All right, so here's level 1 here, and I'm going to create a button for it. So to do that, we might need to add a rec transform here, possibly. Let's see. Here's level 1. We have our start icon. I think this can be the button. Okay, and it is. All right, so check this out. So it is the button, but for some reason we can't actually click it, it seems. We do have we already have an event that's supposed to turn it on. So let's see why we're not detecting that. So it looks like, what is this image target of the world map? Looks like we might be hitting it. No. It definitely should let me, be clicking these to open that. All right, so let's see. Here's our start icon, our new level icon, which does have a button script. Ow, you broke the buttons. So it's supposed to on-click event, and basically it's not detecting my raycast. Shoot, I think there's something higher up that's preventing it. I wonder if it's a scroll rect. Could be. Let's see. All right, here's the start icon. Um, on click is supposed to enable the scroll, and it's not doing that. Button is interactable. Raycast target is checked. I'm almost positive it's like whatever we're hitting, it's just not that. Let's see here. Maybe bringing this forward. I think it's positive on this. Okay, there we go. All right, so we said to bring it forward. So keeping it at 100 isn't going to hurt anything. It's just going to make sure it's all the way at the front. Let's just see what the lower number is, though, for it. So here, if we set it to 1, we bring it forward, it's not enough. What about 2? No? 3? Okay, 3 is our number. All right, so 3 is going to bring it up here. And I'm not sure what just happened. Where's our scroll? Huh, well, I broke that. One sec. Is the animator overriding the button? No, the animator wouldn't override the button like that. It just needs to be pulled forward. So if I select this guy and make it a 3, it should work. So if I bring it up, and now it doesn't want to. 4? Well, that is not working anymore. Why not? Here, set it back to 100. So it's not detecting any of the buttons. I have no clue what you did. Hold on. Let's go back to the main menu. Everything is shut. Let's go start. Where is the scroll? UI acts differently than sprites. What are you talking about? Let's see. So on this current level here, this level new icon, our button is interactable. Oh, dude, what the hell just happened? It just got like totally unassigned here. All right, hang on. All right, this guy does have the scroll. He's at 100 position, but I can't click him. And his button is definitely big enough. Here's the interactable setting, the scroll. Yeah, I don't know why I can't click him anymore. It says it's interactable. Here, let's try number 2. If we add a button here, we're going to add the scroll object. And we're just going to set active to true. Yeah, no, I can't click any of these guys. I have no idea why. Something is, okay, there we go. I have no idea what's wrong with that. Negative isn't going to be, so for rec transforms, I believe negative pushes it back. Positives bring it forward. Huh, so why is that? It's like not very accurate. These, let's see. What do you have here? This is just a level icon anim. Yeah, so can you debug what raycast hit on mouse down? Technically, I probably could. It's just a pain in the ass to do that, but I think I have to know what it is I'm hitting. So let's see here. Let's create a test script. We'll just call this, we'll call this UI pointer. So there are things that can tell us what we hit using the event system. Let's see, set the background to -100 so that your worm just starts on messing things up. Yeah, here, well, this will tell us what we're actually hitting. All right, so when we do this, there are interfaces that we can use. So we can say using unityengine.ui, and then we can actually inherit, from mono behavior and implement the I pointer down, I believe it's called. On pointer down, or let me see here. Let's look up what this is. So there is a interface that you can use for this. Let's see here. Detect UI press. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Radic. Let's see, detect UI press, Unity event interface. I pointer click handler. I think that's what it was. Oh, here, no, maybe that's what it was. UI pointer. I wonder if that's new. I wonder if there's like a new class. Let me see here. UI pointer. Pointer event data. Okay, here we go. Hovered. List of objects in the hover stack. The game object for the last press event. ID of the pointer, touch ID, pointer enter. Okay, the object that received on pointer enter, we could use that. All right, pointer event data dot pointer enter. Not super helpful. Hold on. The object to receive on pointer. I don't know if we want a game. I guess we do want a game object. Okay, we can use this. So pointer enter. Basically, we have this pointer event data dot pointer enter, which returns a game object. Question is, how the hell do we use this thing? So this inherits from event systems dot base event data. So this is pointer event data, which inherits from event systems. So I think we can say using Unity Engine dot event systems. There we go. Then click on the level 1 object. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right, so we have UI pointer, which inherits mono behavior, and then we're going to inherit from I pointer down handler. So basically, every time I click on a UI element, it's going to tell me which UI element that is. If I right click this, I need to implement this function. So I'm going to implement the interface, which is this I pointer down method. And what I'm going to do here is I can now access that data. So here I can say debug.log clicked on. Let's see here if I can get the game object. Let's say event data dot. Does it tell me game object? Let me see here. Event data. Let's see what we can get. What is this? List of, okay, here we go. List of objects in the hover stack. So this is going to give me a list of objects that we click on. So here, clicked on event data.hovered, and we're actually going to have to iterate through that. So here we're going to say, every time I click down, we're going to go through each one. So we're going to say var, we're going to say for each element. So for each E in event data dot hovered, I basically want to print out the name of the object. So here we're going to say debug.log clicked on. Now let's go ahead here and we're going to say plus e.name. Okay, save that. Get mouse down is for raycasting from your mouse position and checking for the mouse click. I'm not checking for the mouse click. I'm checking for UI elements that we click using the UI system of Unity. Yeah, John, open Skype. All right, hold on. What's happening? Can I call you on stream? Yeah, here. In order for Al to be able to talk and pick it up, Al, go on, create a Google Hangout and send me the link to join you. All right, let's try this. So here, check this out. I need to apply that script. So we'll go ahead and put that on the canvas. Say this UI pointer. And it should print out every UI object I select. All right, so here, let's go ahead and clear the console. All right, and that did not do what I wanted it to do. Okay, here we go. Clicked on stage number. So it worked. Check that out. So here's what I clicked on. I clicked on map background, map count, content rect, map canvas, level 1, and stage number. I clicked on everything except this level new icon. So I clicked on level 1, which was really interesting. It detected I clicked on this. So I wonder if I could add a button component to this. You must have a graphic target in order to use a color transition. All right, that's fine. I don't need just none. Let's try this. Let's add this scroll here. And let's go and turn that on. Set active. And true. All right, so check this out. Hang on. I think that's Al trying to call me on Google. Actually, it's not. It's like, oh, it is. Okay, give me 1 sec, Al. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try this. All right, so this level 1 here. Oh, check that out. And it works consistently. That's what we want. Alrighty. Here, I'm going to go ahead and answer Al. Give me a second, guys. He's giving me a call. Hey, Al, send me the link to the Hangout on Skype. Because it's pushing to the mobile phone. It's pushing to the Android device. Send me the link here in Skype. You should have like an invite link. All right, and then not trying to comment anything, just seems easier than you getting Al's messages like 30 seconds too late. Yeah, no, you're good. But it looks like we fixed it. Also, you guys got to see how we can use the UI pointer to debug this, which was an excellent suggestion by whoever made that suggestion. So thank you. All right, Al, let me open this. Join that Hangout. Hey, Al, can you hear me? Because I cannot hear you. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. I can't hear him. Hold on, Al. Video, Focusrite, speakers. Hey, Al, can you hear me? Are you there? Because I can't hear you. I think it's picking up my audio. That looks like it is. Should be the right speakers. Speakers real tech. Oh, there we go. All right. Hey, Al, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy. How
all
you
right,
doing?
Sweet. Good. How's it going? All right. I think everyone can hear you. Let me just make sure. Let me check the OBS settings. Al, go ahead and talk.
I am talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's getting picked up.
All right.
All right, cool. Awesome. All right, dude. So
Okay.
we just went through the whole debugging process and I got the buttons working.
Okay. You want me to tell you how I jacked up this whole thing?
Yes, I do. I'm sure everyone wants to know how you broke it.
All right. If you press play, go ahead and hit the start button.
Okay.
It'll take you to your overall main menu kind of thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So in there, the idea would be if I clicked on the level 1 and then I open that one up and it has the start icon and the complete icon underneath. It has all the stuff underneath it, right?
Okay, wait. I hit start.
Oh, so in your hierarchy,
Yep.
yeah, so go ahead and press play, then click the start button.
Yep.
So that takes you to the
The map.
menu with the map, yeah. So go ahead and click on that.
Yep.
All right. So then in there, we have, let's see, all the different levels. In our hierarchy, under map background, there's level 1, and underneath it has the start icon and the completed icon.
Correct.
So in the idea of making it simple, so what I did was I said, all right, if we are, let's just say we completed level 1, right?
Right.
What we want to do is if we click on level 1 and we turn on the completed animation, it should play the completed animation for that level. So it would like fade out the black thing, and then it would fade out the silver part, and it would fade in the turn it gold.
Okay,
So let's see.
gotcha. So okay, so does
Right.
that okay? So I
And-
need to trigger an animation when we do all that.
Yeah, and then the second part would be when you completed the level, we should then make the next level play the start animation, which would the next animation will play the start animation, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
So one would turn gold and the other one would turn into the soldier. So then you then when you beat the following level, 2 would turn from that soldier into the silver, and then 3 would turn into the soldier, and just kind of keep going on and on and on.
Okay, makes sense. Makes
And-
sense. Let me see. Okay, cool. So that's going to be, so on each of these, you have the animator component. So I just need to access that individual animator component and play one of whatever the animation's called, right? Start.
Right, exactly. And I think it should work. I
Have you
always say
tested it?
that.
Well, here, let's say here. So right now it's on start, and it's just looping. Is that what you wanted it to do?
Let's see.
Oh, you have this like dummy animation here. That's none. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so start level and then finish level.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So let's test this out. So here we're gonna go ahead and trigger start. Okay, you got a particle effect. Oh, did our game piece display there or something? What just happened? I don't even know what just happened, but it was cool. All right, completed. Very cool. Look at that.
So yeah, so it shows that, and then when you do the completed,
That is
it
so
should
cool.
run and fade that out to a gold.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it has like a whole particle thing.
Yeah. So it's a
Very
really
cool.
simple look, but I was thinking this would be great because man, we're gonna get really complicated with this, and we got to get this game out, man.
Yeah, no. This is looking good. I have no idea, by the way, if anyone can hear you. No one responded in the chat. I hope they can
Absolutely.
though. But let's see here, because otherwise you can hang out here. Did you give that guy any feedback on that logo, the monkey?
I did send him feedback.
Okay,
Yes.
sweet. I think that's the one we want to go with. We just need to perfect it.
Okay.
So it looks. I think that. What do you think of it? Do you like the monkey?
I really do.
I think it would be a cool.
it's
It would be cool swag.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it's neat enough to draw a question, you know? It's like, oh, what is that? What exactly?
Right,
is that?
exactly. No, I like it. So I was rooting for the spaceman, but Ryan was not happy with it.
Yeah. No.
So I'm glad the code
I like
monkey
it a
came
lot.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I had Digital Gaming Institute's monkey.
Yeah. No,
Monkey.
it's cool. It's really cool. Okay.
Alrighty.
And that answers that question. And also, with the main menu, the other thing I added was, of course, that disclaimer, and literally that just pops up and says, "Hey, we got an update. Click the update button." And I don't know if you want to allow people to just click X and not update it.
Not update what?
So if you go to this right now, if you just go ahead and press play, and then turn on the update notice.
Oh, okay. That's for determining if if there's a new version in the App Store, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you even want to give them the option of not updating.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I don't think we
Literally,
should. I think we
it
should.
comes up and it says there's update. There's no X.
Right, and our update would never be more than the required amount for Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah. So no, we can force them to update.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll force it.
Okay. Then that, yeah. Those are really the only two things I changed. Oh, chat isn't going to OBS anymore.
Oh wait, what?
On your end, Joe. Just
Oh, my
said
bad.
chat isn't
There you go.
going
It's updated now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so those are the only two things that I really changed.
Okay, cool. PRZMISLA. Just FYI, there's full extended content coming to the new course, which will cover a lot of what we do here. This is just the opportunity for everyone to check out how I work in real time and how to create things and what the thought process is as a software engineer. But there will be extended content for how to do things in a tutorial format. All right, so Al, you're welcome to hang out here. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I think everyone can hear me.
I'm gonna end the Skype chat.
All right, good. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Feel free to give me a call back if you need to explain something.
All right, brother.
All right, see ya.
Later.
All right, good deal. So let's go ahead here and finish this up. So we know why the buttons don't work anymore. So let's go ahead and fix that. All right, the easy fix for this is to basically select the level 1 object here. We're gonna add our button component and then just select none. And we're gonna tell it to open up a scroll. All right, so it opens up the scroll object, and actually, before it opens up the scroll object, we need to tell the level manager, hey, you clicked on level 1, populate the scroll data because I'm about to present it to the player. All right, so let's, but yes, we can hear out. Okay, sweet. All right, so basically what we're going to do here is we're going to attach our level manager, and we need to now create a function that's going to be called when we click on one. So this UI pointer class was great to debug, so whoever recommended that, thank you. We'll go ahead and keep that in here. I'm just going to remove it though from this for now. So on our level 1 here, we have our button script, and we're going to create a function inside the level manager that's basically going to tell it, hey, you need to populate a new scroll. All right, so here to do this, we have level 1 that we click. So we're going to have a function here that we're going to call. So basically, we're going to say, let's see. All right, let's see here. So we're going to basically create a function that we're going to call when we click that button. Here, it's going to say public void. Let's go ahead and say display scroll. And we're going to pass in an ID that's going to match the level. So here, we're on level 1. All right, so we're going to basically pass in an int level ID, and that corresponding level ID is what we're also going to use to start the game. All right, so when we display a scroll, we're going to pass in an int level ID. Now, the level ID that we pass in here is going to mimic a 0 through 1 fashion. 0 is the main menu, level 1 is going to be 1. Okay, so 2 is 2 and 3 is 3, so it makes it very easy for us. So check this out. We have that function. I'm going to call the level manager. I'm going to call display scroll, and now level 1 is going to be assigned a value of 1. So whenever I click that button, it's going to call this function and pass in a 1 there. Let's go ahead and set up level 2. We're going to add a button, none, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to pass in the level manager. Let's hit this plus icon. We're going to pass in the level manager. We're going to call the level manager display scroll function. And we're going to pass in level 2. And based on this data, it's going to tell us which level we should load. All right, and we have to do this for all of them. I don't know if I can mass do this. So let's say button, and maybe I can. None. And then let's go ahead and get the level manager. All right, and I can. And we'll call display scroll. All right, so for level 3 here, it's going to be 3. For level 4, it's going to be 4. 5 is going to be 5. 6 is going to be 6. Level 7. Level 7 is going to be 7. Alrighty. And we may have to factor in the treasure. I don't know how Al and I are going to do treasure. We might make it a UI game, or it's going to be something else. We'll figure it out. But I don't think it's going to be a playable level. I think it's going to be like a casino roll the dice type game or something like that. All right, let's see here. So now that we have that, what do we need to do next? So basically I select it, and let's go ahead and determine if I correctly display the correct scroll. So in here, I'm going to say debug.log displaying level, and let's go ahead and say plus level ID. So if I'm clicked on level 1, it should be level 1. If I click on level 2 and so forth, it should be that. Let's go ahead and run this and test it out. What a nice interface. Oh, ha. Thanks, dude. You can thank Al Heck. Al created the interface. All right, so here we go. We're going to select Holy Prison. And you'll see here it says displaying level 1. Click on 2, displaying level 2 down here in the corner. If I click on 3, displaying level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we know which one I detect. Now the next part is populating the scroll once you detect it. However, we want to make sure that we populate the scroll with the correct data. So we have that scroll class, and each of these scrolls Al filled out through the inspector. So what we would need to do here is we need to now manipulate the scroll with the updated data. So to do that, there's only one scroll so that we're going to be reusing, right? We don't need to have 10 different scrolls. We can use one and just repurpose it. So to do this, we need to now get a reference to all of the properties on the scroll. So here, and we can actually do this inside of the UI manager. So we'll open up our UI manager, and we're going to get a reference to the scroll objects. All right, so in here we have, let's see, we're going to have a public, I believe it's an image component. So public image, this is for the scroll art. We have public string. This is the scroll title or scroll header. And then here we have another public string for the scroll body. Okay. And what we're going to do here, and actually these aren't strings, guys, I'm sorry. These are actually text fields. These are text components that we're going to be swapping out the data for. All right, so if we actually save this, let's go back into Unity. We're going to select our canvas here. Stop playing. Hey, Joe, you could always start up the community edition again. All right, let's see here. So on the canvas here, we have our main menu. And where the hell is our UI manager? Oh, you know what, guys? Sorry, the UI manager is for the game. Let me take these values. We're going to have to put this inside the main menu. We're going to go to main menu. I don't know where that is. Let's open this up. Here we go. All right, so we have the image for the scroll art, scroll body, and stuff like that. We need to include using Unity Engine.ui. We'll save this. All right, so let's go ahead here. Also, Ryan hurt my feelings. You have to work it out with Ryan. But you shouldn't have an issue finding volunteers. Just post in the lounge or the AMA section. I'm sure someone, we can find someone. Let's see here. Okay, so scroll art, guys. So we're going to take the scroll here. We're going to pass in the image used for the scroll art. We're going to take the headline text for the header. And then here we're going to take the body for the body. All right, we'll save this. Also, I'm sensitive. Sorry to hear that. Let's see here. All right, so we got a reference to all that fun stuff, right? So what we're gonna do now is we go into our level manager, and we have that. We need to basically populate the scroll. So to do this, we're displaying the scroll, and we're gonna display based on the level ID. So what we're going to do is we need to now access, based on this level ID, that specific scroll here. So to do that, we can basically say scrolls, and then we can basically say a level ID -1, right? Because the scrolls do start at 0, not 1. So basically we're gonna say levels ID -1, and then here we can actually just modify the data. So scrolls level ID -1 dot art is going to equal the main menu dot whatever that data is. And the main menu is not a singleton, so we actually need to get a reference to it. So inside of our init here, let's go ahead and create a private void. Hang on. Let's create a private game manager, or not a game manager, sorry, a main menu. All right, and we'll call this underscore main menu. And we're going to go ahead and grab that object. So from here, we're going to say underscore main menu equals game object. Game object.find. We're going to find the canvas. Once we found the canvas, we're going to get the component main menu. All right, now that we have a reference to it, we can then use it here. So now what we can access all the data that we just created. So here we're going to say main menu dot scroll art is going to equal the oh, I'm sorry, not art, guys. This is totally in reverse. We want to update the main menu scroll art equals to the scrolls that we created. So here we have scrolls, and we're going to say level ID -1 dot art. Basically, we're swapping out the UI scroll with our scroll data that Al created. And just like that. So here it says cannot implicitly convert type unityengine.sprite to unityengine.ui.image. So this here is a sprite. It needs to be an image. So here to do that, we need to say scroll art dot, I believe it is dot sprite equals that. And then here we can do the same thing. Main menu dot scroll header is going to equal our scroll that Al created, the level ID, subtract 1, and then we're going to say header, headline. All right, and last but not least, we have the body. So here, the scroll body equals the scrolls. All right, and we're going to say a level ID -1, and it's going to be the body.text. And actually, it is the body, I believe. Yes, just body. All right, so you'll see here that we're getting some errors, and that's because we actually need to say header.text. We want to change the text to be whatever Al put for the scroll. Okay, and once we've changed all that data, we can then say, go ahead and turn on the scroll. So to do that, we'll say underscore main menu dot set active, or main menu dot, what is it, scroll? Do we have access to the scroll from the main menu? Main menu in the map. So we need to basically turn on the scroll. All right, so we can actually just handle that from the button press ourselves. So we don't have to do anything. All right, so basically it's going to run that function. All right, it's going to go ahead and populate all that data and then display the scroll. So let's go ahead and test this out. So if we select the level 1 here, for each of these guys, when you select them, we're going to display the scroll. So collectively, we'll grab all of them. How about underscore main menu equals find object of type main menu? Yeah, you could have done that. You could have done that. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to select every level here. All right, including treasure, not treasure. We'll do that later. And we're going to add a new click event. And that click event here is going to be, we're going to take the scroll game object and we're going to turn it on. So you're going to say game object, set active. Ugh, that's annoying. We have all of them, game object, set active, true. All right, let's go ahead and save this. Let's select each of these levels. Let's go to our level manager. So level 1 is already defined. Al hasn't created the definitions for level 2 yet, but we can go ahead and just make up something. So like, let's just say, I don't know what he actually has on the map. I can't see it, but level 2, we'll say Ghost Town. And this is going to be, this is level 2 body. And for the art, let's just go ahead and put something random. Let's go ahead and put this. All right, and then here's level 3. Level 3, Egyptian tombs. I don't even know if I spelled any of that correctly. Body, this is the 3rd level in your adventure. And for the UI image for this, or for the sprite, we'll go ahead and just put this. All right, so we're gonna save our scene and run our game. Let's test it out. Here we go, let's start. All right, so when I click Holy Prison, all right, that data is correct. I'm gonna close it. Now when I hit the pit, it should say Ghost Town, this is level 2 body. And check it out. Level 2 Ghost Town, this is level 2 body. And the image, level 3. Boom. Al, what do you think? You like it? Al, are you watching still? I did this for you. So now we have a dynamic level management system. So Al can come in here, he can go ahead and populate all this data, and we can basically have as many levels as we want. So the last part of this, guys, is to basically go ahead and based on what level scroll we're looking at, when we hit the start button, it's going to load that scene index or that level index. All right, so we're gonna do that in a second here. All right, Al loves it. Dude, I don't know. I couldn't see the map. There was a black screen and I couldn't see the map, and it's what I thought of. All right, but Al has something here to work with. There's a 30-second delay. Oh, yeah. No, that's about, yeah, I think the stream right now is about 18 seconds. I got to figure out how to make it so there's not any delay, but I couldn't figure it out yet. Okay, cool. So we have this working. The last part of this, guys, is to make it so that we can actually load the level. So there's a button on here that when we have a scroll, so if we bring it up here, and I don't know if the music is too loud to not have it, but basically we have, when I hit the start button, I want to load that scene, right? So how do I know which one I have opened here? This button is the same for all of them. So what we need to do is on this button, we're going to call into the level manager, and we're going to pass in, we're basically going to call a function that's going to know, hey, I know what level index you're on. So we're going to have a variable that's going to be storing the current level index. Okay. So to do this, we're going to select that start button over here. All right. And here's the button and button pressed. All right. And then we want to call into the level manager. So inside here, we're going to give it the level manager, and we're going to create a method here. And this is going to be public void load level. All right, so when we call this load level function, it's going to basically use the scene management tools to load it. So here we're going to say using Unity Engine .scene management. We'll save that. And then in here, we're going to say scene manager .load scene, and we need to pass in an int. All right, that int is basically what's this, okay, this level ID. However, I can't grab it from there because it's in a different function. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to create a variable that's going to store that information. So we can access it at any time from the level manager. So we're going to create a public property for this. So here is our scrolls, and we're going to put that above here. So here we're going to have a public int. We're going to say level ID. We can get the level ID, and then we can privately set the level ID. So only this script can change it, but any script can access it. So if our game manager needs to know what level you're on, it can. All right, let's go ahead and save that. And what we want to do here is basically displaying level ID. We're going to assign our level ID, our capital level ID, to the level ID that was passed in. Save that. And here, when we load scene, we're going to load a scene by the index. And we're just going to pass in level ID. All right, let's save that. Let's go ahead and create some dummy scenes to test this out. All right, so here's our game scene. That game scene is actually going to be level 1. So I'm going to rename that. Ow, if you're working on this scene, it's going to just break for you. Hey, how's it going, Repos? All right, so let's go ahead here and let's see. We want to do level, this is going to be, I can never tell. All right, level 1. All right, we're going to duplicate level 1. It's going to be level 2, level 3, all the way up to 7. Okay. What we need to do now is go into build settings, and we need to add them. So you'll see here that the reason why this is going to work is because our main menu is 0. Level 1 is going to be 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will be sequential. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've added them to the build settings. We can now save this. Let's select that start button from the scroll. And inside here, we're going to call the level manager, and we're going to call load level. All right, so let's go ahead and save this, and everything should be grand. All right, Al, I'll see you later, man. I'll talk after. Oh, we'll talk later tonight. All right, here we go. Start. All right, so here we click Holy Prison. We hit the start button. And that did not start it. Oh, yes, it did. Okay, it loaded. So we might need to create a loading screen. Oh, dude, ow, we got new game music. Nice. So Al has been working on level design. You can watch his stream to check that out. I'm just going to lower the volume a bit. You can check out Al's stream to see how he does level design. Cool. Dude, Al, this level looks amazing, dude. Good job. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Okay, so we'll need to incorporate a load screen because there's a lot of assets to load. Now let's go ahead and test that out with level 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so I'm actually going to stop this. For level 2, let's go ahead and just clear the scene because it's just a data mock-up of level 1. All right, so this is level 2. I'm just going to file new scene and save that. Dungeon escape scenes level 2. Okay, and I'm going to delete these now for level 3 through 7. We're going to recreate level 2 through 7. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we'll hop into our build settings. Make sure they're there, and they're not. So we need to delete them. 3 through 7. Okay. And now we can go back to the main menu, and we can now load one of these scenes. So let's go ahead and load level 3. Let's see here. Repos, I believe you're saying, I don't know what you're saying thank you for, but I believe you said Toda or something, but you're welcome. Okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead and... Oh, the game crashes. What? Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna hit level 3. All right, Egyptian, this is the 3rd level in your adventure. We're going to hit start and check it out. It brought us to level 3 up here in the top. It says level 3. So we have a working level management system. So the next part of this that we'll have to do another time, because I need to talk to Al about how some of this is going to work. We have animations to trigger like progression levels, but we need to create something to continue through the map so that your character piece animates through. We also need it to be to where everything is locked until you unlock it, which means we need to get into information about how do we want to store that information. When it comes to storing information about what level you're on, it makes sense kind of to use like a service like AWS or Azure to store that information on a database so that you can't cheat. And then we cache that data. So that way you don't have to use it the next time you're online, but we basically check, hey, how many levels have you completed? That way if you tamper with the file, it doesn't matter, we override it from the database. So that's going to be probably the next video where we're going to get into using AWS or Azure, probably AWS. It's just a little bit easier in my opinion. But we'll look at both options and we'll create something. And we'll create something that basically lets us basically determine how many levels that specific player has finished. And then, yeah. So, and then also with that, if we were to do that, that means that I don't know if there would be user profiles, which we don't want. You know, we don't want to have user profile. We don't want any information from the player. But we would like them to be able to save their account data. So I think in order to do that, they may need a profile. I'll have to talk with Al about that, how we want that to work. Otherwise, you can cheat it technically if it's just local on the phone. So, but all right, guys. Well, hey, that was a fun stream. Hope you guys learned a lot. If you guys have questions, you can ask around. If you're new to this, we have a Ultimate Game Development course series on Udemy, created in partnership with Unity Technologies. And if you're in Discord, you can hang out there. You can message me anytime. And I think we're good. So Al, if you're watching, I'll reach out to you shortly so we can figure out the next steps. The next thing also that we're going to be live streaming, guys, is probably the AI. We're going to do an AI overhaul to make this game more fun and purposeful. All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back in a little while to do some more streams. See ya. Hi, my name is Jonathan Weinberger, and I've been developing games with C# and Unity for the last 6 years. I've helped thousands of developers learn to code and improve their skill sets. I currently teach game development on Udemy, an online marketplace for courses. Udemy has over 17 million students learning everything from game development to piano or cooking. Enjoy courses on any device and at your own pace with lifetime access. My course, The Ultimate Guide to Game Development with Unity, is designed to teach you the fundamentals of C# programming in Unity. We'll cover everything from receiving user inputs to creating destructible objects. By the end of this course, you'll make 2 high-quality games you can share with the world. This course is for anyone who wants to learn game development or refine their technique. Whether you're interested in game development as a hobby or you want to make games professionally, this course will grow your programming skill set and help you go on to make your own games and applications. Click on the link in the bottom left of the video player to access a special discount for this course. I look forward to teaching you more about game development with Unity and C# on Udemy.